Identity theft can happen without warning, and the financial damage can take months or even years to fix. One of the simplest and most effective ways to protect yourself is by freezing your credit. It can stop criminals from opening new accounts in your name while still allowing you to unfreeze it whenever you need. In this video, we'll explain how a credit freeze works, why it's such a powerful security tool, and when you should consider using one. What is a credit freeze? A credit freeze, also known as a security freeze, is a feature that restricts access to your credit report. Since most banks, lenders, and credit card companies review your credit report before approving new credit applications, freezing your credit makes it much more difficult for identity thieves to open accounts using your personal information. When your credit is frozen, your existing credit cards, loans, bank accounts, and credit score continue to function normally. You can still use your credit cards, make payments, receive statements, and monitor your financial accounts without interruption. The freeze only affects applications for new credit that require a credit check. How a credit freeze protects you? If a criminal steals your social security number, national identification number, or other personal information, they may attempt to open credit cards, personal loans, auto loans, or other financial accounts in your name. A credit freeze significantly reduces this risk because lenders generally cannot access your credit report while it is frozen. If they cannot review your credit history, they usually decline or delay the application until the freeze is lifted. This simple step creates an important barrier against identity theft. Situations when you should freeze your credit freeze is beneficial in many situations, even if you have never been a victim of fraud. If your personal information has been exposed during a data breach, freezing your credit can prevent criminals from using stolen information to obtain new credit. People who rarely apply for new loans or credit cards also benefit because there is little inconvenience in keeping their credit frozen most of the time. Parents may also consider freezing the credit of minor children, where available, to prevent criminals from using a child's identity to open fraudulent accounts that may remain undiscovered for years. Individuals who have already experienced identity theft should strongly consider placing a credit freeze as part of their recovery process. How to freeze your credit? Placing a credit freeze is generally straightforward and can usually be completed online, by phone, or by mail with each major credit reporting agency in your country. You should keep any PIN, password, or account credentials provided during the process in a secure location. These credentials may be needed later if you want to temporarily lift or permanently remove the freeze. Many jurisdictions allow consumers to freeze and unfreeze their credit without paying a fee, although local rules may vary. Temporarily lifting a credit freeze does not have to remain permanent. If you plan to apply for a mortgage, auto loan, personal loan, apartment rental, or new credit card, you can temporarily lift the freeze. Most credit reporting agencies allow you to specify a time period during which your credit report will be accessible or authorize access for a particular lender. Once your application is complete, you can reactivate the freeze to restore full protection. This flexibility allows you to maintain strong security while still accessing financial services when needed. Credit freeze versus fraud alert. Although they are often confused, credit freezes and fraud alerts provide different levels of protection. A credit freeze is generally stronger because it restricts access to your credit report altogether, making it much harder for unauthorized credit accounts to be opened. Some people choose to use both tools, depending on their personal circumstances and level of risk. What a credit freeze does not protect against, while a credit freeze is highly effective against new account fraud. it does not stop every type of identity theft. If someone already has access to your existing credit cards or bank accounts, a credit freeze will not prevent unauthorized purchases or withdrawals. It also does not protect against tax fraud, employment identity theft, medical identity theft, phishing scams, or criminals gaining access to your online accounts. For complete protection, a credit freeze should be combined with additional cybersecurity and financial safety practices. Additional ways to protect your identity-strong online security begins with unique passwords for every financial account. Password managers can help generate and securely store complex passwords. Enabling two-factor authentication provides an additional layer of protection by requiring a second verification step during login. Regularly monitoring bank statements and credit card activity allows you to identify suspicious transactions quickly before they become larger problems. Reviewing your credit reports periodically helps detect unauthorized accounts or inaccurate information that could indicate identity theft. Being cautious about phishing emails, fake text messages, and fraudulent phone calls also reduces the risk of exposing personal information to criminals. Common myths about credit freezes. One common misconception is that freezing your credit lowers your credit score. In reality, a credit freeze has no impact on your credit score or your existing credit accounts. Another myth is that freezing your credit prevents you from using your credit cards. Existing accounts remain fully functional because the freeze only affects new credit applications. Some people also believe a credit freeze is difficult to remove. In practice, most agencies allow consumers to temporarily lift or permanently remove freezes online within a relatively short period after identity verification. Understanding these facts helps eliminate unnecessary concerns about using this valuable security tool. Who benefits most from a credit freeze? Almost anyone can benefit from a credit freeze, but it is especially valuable for individuals who rarely apply for new credit, have experienced previous data breaches, possess significant financial assets, or want to reduce the risk of identity theft. Older adults, young adults beginning to build credit, and families with children may all gain additional peace of mind by adding this extra layer of financial protection. As cybercrime continues to evolve, proactive security measures become increasingly important. Protecting your credit is just as important as building it. A few minutes of prevention today can save you from major financial headaches tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more personal finance tips, identity theft prevention, and smart money strategies.